How's it going, guys? Brett Medlock here. Today I'm really excited to talk about Oceanhorn 2 Knights of the Lost Realm. Now I know a lot of people out there, as soon as you see a game that's obviously copying Zelda, you're not really that interested in it. Because usually those types of games never even come close to the high mark that is the Legend of Zelda series. However, Oceanhorn 2 is actually pretty great. And with that being said, let's jump on into my full review. I wasn't crazy about some of the massive changes Breath of the Wild brought to the Legend of Zelda series, and I've been longing for an experience closer to traditional 3D Zelda games for years now. Lucky for me, Oceanhorn 2 is just that. From its linear structure and clever puzzles, to its beautiful visuals and solid pacing, Oceanhorn 2 may be mimicking greatness, but that doesn't make it any less fun to play. The story follows a young knight who is unexpectedly thrust into a journey across various regions in the land of Gaia. It's a journey to defend this land and the people from the dark army that's on the horizon. It's a pretty standard and mildly entertaining story, but unfortunately the story didn't really stand out to me as anything exceptional. But there are some intriguing tidbits throughout. In short, it's not where the game shines. It does shine in the presentation department though. Oceanhorn 2 is easily one of the most beautiful Switch games this year. I was amazed at the attention to detail throughout the world the developer Cornfox and Bros created. The variety in both the environments and the color palettes kept me eager to see the next location, from dense, vibrant wooded areas to sprawling open grasslands and snowy Alps. You'll be hard-pressed to find an ugly section in Oceanhorn 2. It's extremely impressive just how much the developer is able to pump out of mobile hardware. Of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Oceanhorn 2 does have a few minor hiccups. In the first few hours, things were just fine, but the further I got in, the performance issues arose. The open environments specifically suffer from some pretty bad frame drops. I also experienced a few crashes during my playthrough. Luckily, nothing game-breaking occurred, and the game autosaves frequently. As I mentioned before, what I love about Oceanhorn 2 Knights of the Lost Realm is that it's a love letter to pre-Breath of the Wild Zelda games, taking a lot of inspiration from Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword, including the linear structure of those games. You'll always know where your next objective is. However, there's still plenty to explore and discover. There are some surprisingly massive locales you'll encounter, and you'll get the most out of your experience with Oceanhorn 2 if you take the time to explore every inch of the environments. And you're probably gonna need those heart pieces. A lot of the story elements, puzzle designs, and characters in Oceanhorn 2 are pretty blatant copycats of Zelda, which can be pretty jarring. However, I honestly welcome it. It's not like Nintendo is cranking out a full-fledged Zelda game every year. I'm usually pretty starved for more Zelda, and Oceanhorn 2 definitely scratches that itch. But with that said, sometimes I couldn't help but roll my eyes at how blatantly similar some of the game is to Zelda. Given this is a Zelda-inspired game, you're probably most curious about the puzzles and combat. As for the puzzles, they really impressed me. At times, I forgot I wasn't playing a Zelda game, which is probably the biggest compliment I could give Oceanhorn 2. Not only are the puzzles fun, but the game also has you utilize new tools in each dungeon, one thing that I sorely missed in Breath of the Wild. And I must admit, I felt overwhelmed with joy when I found a hookshot. I'm a bit obsessed with hookshots in games, and it's awesome in Oceanhorn 2. Not only is it useful for traversal, but in combat as well. To put it simply, hookshots rule. As for the combat, it's a bit stiff. The movement doesn't feel as mechanically strong as most modern third-person action games. This drawback is likely due to Oceanhorn 2 being a mobile game first, so the developer couldn't implement fast-paced, intricate combat for a touchscreen game. And sadly, the combat doesn't translate very well to a controller. You'll utilize a gun in Oceanhorn 2. It has different functions like burning down walls to reveal hidden areas, solving puzzles, and of course to use in combat. Electric bullets, ice bullets, fire bullets, and more are at your disposal to combat enemies. It's a pretty nifty addition that's one of the few differentiating elements of the game. One of my favorite combat techniques was throwing a bomb at enemies and then firing a bullet at it, sending all of them flying. Honestly, it just makes you feel like a badass when you pull it off. Knights of the Lost Realm does a great job at keeping you wanting to play. Whether it's throwing a fast-paced motorcycle section into the mix, a large-scale boss battle, or just offering a gorgeous world that begs to be explored, the pacing is superb. It's one of the few non-AAA titles that, at times, feels like a AAA experience. This sequel is a huge step up over the original Oceanhorn, and Oceanhorn 2 truly gets me excited for what the studio does next. Which, if it follows the Zelda trend, they might be tackling a Breath of the Wild-like experience next. And I am here for it. Oceanhorn 2 Knights of the Lost Realm, like the original Oceanhorn, fails to have its own identity. However, in some areas, it does Zelda better than, well, Zelda. While the subpar combat and iffy performance bog down the experience, its beautiful world, clever puzzles, and solid pacing elevate it to the very tip-top of the Zelda-like list. But let me know what you think in the comments section below. Have you gotten around to playing Oceanhorn 2 on mobile? Do you plan on picking it up on Nintendo Switch? Let me know everything down in the comments. If you like getting early previews and reviews on Nintendo Switch games, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot. Hit that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, that thumbs down if you didn't. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.